How many Instagram followers do you have? How many likes did your last post get? Did your TikTok go viral? These are 2024's obsessions, numbers, metrics, validation. Social media measures your worth in statistics, and people tie their identity to these numbers. I have 10,000 followers, therefore I matter. The ego has become imprisoned by digital metrics. 1970, The Pierre Berton Show. The interviewer asks Bruce Lee, "Are you the best fighter in the world?" Bruce laughs. "I don't claim to be the best, because there's no such thing as the best. There are only different paths. I'm just walking my own path." The interviewer is surprised. "But everyone praises you. Aren't you proud?" Bruce replies, "Praise and criticism are the same. Both come from outside. I know what I am inside. External opinions don't define me." In 1970, this was philosophy. In 2024, it's survival strategy. Social media constantly ranks you, constantly compares you. You lose followers and feel worthless. Likes decrease, and you feel like a failure. Bruce gave the solution 54 years ago. The external world doesn't define you. You define yourself. This is how Bruce Lee's 1960s philosophy predicted and solved social media's biggest crisis, the death of authentic identity. The problem is clear. Social media promised connection, but delivered comparison. Every platform runs on metrics. Instagram shows follower counts. Twitter displays likes. YouTube ranks by subscribers. TikTok measures viral success. These aren't private numbers, they're public scoreboards. Everyone sees your ranking. The psychological damage is severe. A 2023 Stanford study showed 73% of social media users feel inadequate viewing others' content. Why? Social media shows everyone's highlight reel, but you're behind the scenes. You see their vacation photos, not their debt, their workout videos, not their struggles, their happy moments, not their therapy. The result? Comparison trap. You measure yourself against impossible standards. Everyone appears more successful, attractive, happy. Your ego, desperate for validation, believes these metrics define your worth. Bruce addressed this in 1967. A frustrated student approached him. "Sifu, I watch you and other masters." "I'm not as good. I'll never be enough." Bruce stopped. "Who told you to be like other masters?" "Everyone. Tradition says follow your teacher, copy their techniques, become like them." Bruce shook his head. "That's the problem. You're trying to be someone else. The world already has those masters. What it needs is you, your unique expression." "But I'm not good enough alone," the student insisted. Bruce asked, "Good enough for what? For whose standards? If you measure yourself against others, you'll always fall short. Someone is always better at something. The question isn't, am I as good as them? It's, am I becoming more myself?" This was 1967. Instagram wouldn't exist for 43 years. But Bruce already addressed social media's core problem, external validation destroying internal identity. Bruce's philosophy: no way as way. Most martial arts taught rigid systems. Karate has the karate way. Kung Fu has the Kung Fu way. Every style had rules about the right way. Bruce rejected it all. Use no way as way. Have no limitation as limitation. Meaning, your worth isn't determined by fitting someone else's system. Your value comes from expressing your authentic self, not copying, creating. Compare this to social media. On Instagram, there's a right way to post, perfect lighting, curated aesthetic, specific hashtags. Don't follow the formula? Algorithm punishes you. On TikTok, follow trends or stay obscure. The message: conform or fail. Be like successful accounts or be invisible. This opposes Bruce's teaching. Social media says, here's the way. Bruce said, there is no way. Find yours. The ego problem deepens with metric internalization. A 2022 UCLA study found people check phones 96 times daily. Much of that is checking social media, likes, comments, followers. Each check asks, "Do I matter? Am I enough?" Bruce addressed this in 1971. The journalist asked, "You must feel proud being called the greatest martial artist." Bruce responded, "Pride comes from ego. Ego wants recognition, but ego is fragile. What happens when someone stronger appears, when praise stops? If your identity depends on external validation, you're building on sand. So you don't care about recognition? Recognition is nice, but it doesn't define me. I know my abilities and limitations. These are internal truths. Why give external opinions power over internal reality?" This is ego death, not eliminating self-worth, but liberation from external validation. Your value isn't follower counts because they're arbitrary, meaningless metrics. Consider tying identity to metrics. You gain 1,000 followers and feel accomplished. Then see someone with 100,000 and feel inadequate. Get 500 likes, feel validated. Next post gets 200, feel rejected. You're not controlling your emotions. Numbers are. Your ego became a slave to statistics. Dan Inosanto recounted a story. A famous martial artist challenged Bruce publicly, boasting and demanding recognition. Bruce watched calmly. When finished, Bruce said, "Very impressive. You've trained hard. What do you want?" The man was confused. He expected competition. Bruce continued, "If you came to prove you're better, I'm not interested. If you came to learn, I'm happy to share. But I won't participate in ego competitions. I know what I can do." The man left angry. But students learned. Secure identity doesn't need proving. Ego needs constant validation. True confidence is silent. In 2024, social media is endless ego competition. Who has more followers, more likes, more viral? People screenshot metrics as achievements. Hit 50,000 followers. The subtext, validate me. Bruce saw this as opposite of strength. True mastery doesn't announce itself. He said, "A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer." Emphasis on internal growth, not external recognition. Social media creates another problem. Content creation replaces living. People don't experience moments, they document them. Don't enjoy meals, they photograph them. Don't have conversations, they record them. Bruce addressed this in 1968. A student constantly checked the mirror, adjusting stance, ensuring movements looked perfect. Bruce stopped him. "What are you doing?" "Checking if my technique looks correct." "Are you training for appearance or function?" If you move while watching mirrors, you're performing. Real fighting is function, not performance. I don't care about looking good. I care about being effective. But teachers emphasize proper form. Form is a starting point. Eventually, you must forget form. In real fights, there's no mirror, no audience, only the moment. To be in the moment, stop performing. This applies perfectly to social media. The mirror is Instagram. The audience is followers. Constant performance prevents authentic experience. You're always outside the moment, curating yourself, performing yourself. A 2023 MIT study found frequent social media posters feel less satisfied with experiences than people who simply live them. Why? Documentation creates distance. Thinking, "How will this look as content?" means you're not present. You're planning the performance. Bruce's solution: forget the audience. Stop performing. Just be. In 1972, he said, "When I point at the moon, don't look at my finger. The finger is performance, metrics. The moon is actual experience, real growth, true self. Social media makes everyone obsessed with the finger. We analyze posting times, use filters, craft captions for virality. We're optimizing performance but losing substance, perfecting the finger, forgetting the moon. Bruce's most famous philosophy, be like water. He explained, water doesn't fight obstacles, it flows around them. Water has no fixed form. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. For ego and social media, this means don't be rigid about who you should be. Don't force yourself into influencer molds. Don't perform for likes. Flow naturally. Express authentically. The water metaphor is profound. Water is powerful through adaptation, not hardness. It doesn't announce strength. Similarly, authentic identity is powerful through presence, not performance. You don't need to prove worth through metrics. You simply exist with worth. Practical application for 2024? First, recognize metrics don't define you. Follower count isn't worth. Likes aren't value. Viral videos aren't identity. These are external temporary measures of internal permanent qualities. Second, stop comparing. Bruce said, I fear not the man who practiced 10,000 kicks once, but the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. Focus on your path, your growth. Someone's followers don't diminish your journey. Their virality doesn't invalidate your expression. Third, focus on being rather than appearing. Before posting, ask, am I sharing this because it's authentic or because I think it'll get likes? If the latter, you're performing. Performance prevents presence. Fourth, understand validation seeking is endless. No likes amount ever satisfies. No follower count fulfills. External validation can't fill internal void. Only internal acceptance can. Bruce said, knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. In his final 1973 interview, Bruce said something remarkably relevant. The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. Notice, living a life, not performing one. Worth remembering, not worth liking. Social media inverted this. People perform lives designed for remembering, but don't actually live memorable lives. They curate highlights, but miss moments. Optimize for virality, but lose authenticity. Bruce would see this as ultimate tragedy, focusing so much on how life appears that you forget to actually live it. The solution isn't abandoning social media. It's changing your relationship with it. Use it for expression, not validation. Share what's authentic, not optimized. Engage for connection, not comparison. Remember, your worth exists independent of metrics. Bruce never had Instagram, never experienced modern viral fame, never obsessed over engagement rates. Yet, he's more remembered, quoted, influential than 99.9% of people who dedicate lives to social media metrics. Why? He focused on substance over appearance, being over seeming, truth over performance. 54 years after his death, Bruce's philosophy has never been more relevant. In an age of infinite comparison, he teaches self-acceptance. In an era of performance, he teaches presence. In a culture of external validation, he teaches internal confidence. The irony is perfect. The man who never sought viral fame is more viral than anyone who does. Social media will keep evolving. Platforms will change. Algorithms will shift. But the fundamental human need for authentic identity never changes. Bruce Lee's answer, given in the 1960s, remains the most powerful. To hell with circumstances, I create opportunities. Your worth isn't determined by followers. You determine your worth. That's ego death. That's liberation. That's water.